I've been learning and writing down my mom's recipes for a while now. Check out my Instagram at @thetryingcook to see photos. On this day, I happened to film a lot of the process for fun and realized that I had enough footage to teach someone else on YouTube how to make these steamed chive rice cakes. My mom makes these a couple of times each summer when we have too many chives in our garden that we don't know what to do with them, so we just make steamed chive rice cakes. She used to make them with her mom when she was a kid and then taught me when I was a kid. I recorded my mom giving a narration to this video too, so check that out if you prefer to listen to someone talking at you in Vietnamese. So let's get into it. In a large mixing bowl, add 400 grams of rice flour with 3 tablespoons of glutinous rice flour. Apologies for the mix of metric and imperial units here. 400 grams is what it said on the package. It's about 2.5 cups. Pour boiling water into the dry ingredients slowly. My mom gave no measurements for the water. She said to just alternate between adding water and mixing the dough until it looks like most of the flour is wet. Then you can knead this by hand, which my mom used to do, but you have to wait until the dough cools enough for you to actually handle it. So today we used our stand mixer with the dough hook because we realized that we actually have one. Add 5 teaspoons of oil and a few drops of pink food coloring. This is optional. I'm not sure why my mom makes these pink, but I love that for us. Make sure your chives are completely dry. We wash ours and leave them out overnight. Then in the morning, chop them to about roughly this size. Add 1 teaspoon of MSG, 1 teaspoon of salt, 5 teaspoons of oil, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Feel free to adjust the seasoning to your taste, but don't be afraid of MSG, please. Only season 1 bowl of chives at a time after you've made the dough. Otherwise, the chives release moisture over time, and they're a pain to wrap. Pour a bit of tapioca starch onto your work surface, and you can start forming the cakes. This takes practice and patience. It helps that I have my mom to fix my mistakes, but otherwise, this dough is actually quite forgiving. First, roll the dough into a smooth ball between your palms. Use the tapioca starch to keep the dough from sticking too much to your hands. Then, you start gently pinching just inside the outer edge of the ball, moving clockwise, working your way into the center. Take your time until the dough feels less than 1/4 centimeter thick. Sorry again, switch to metric here. Too thick and it's not fun to eat. Too thin, it'll tear. Up to you. If you did this well, it should look like a bowl. If not, and it's a bit flatter, it'll still work out. Just move on. Spoon some of your chive filling into your bowl. The more filling you add, the harder it'll be to wrap, but the yummier it'll be to eat. Up to you again. If you're right-handed, hold the bowl in your left palm, then pinch with your right forefinger and thumb, pushing against your other thumb to fold the edge into itself and pinch together. I don't know how to explain it. Keep doing this, working counterclockwise until you have a small opening, and then pinch it all together. As you can see, I am slow at this. I'm bad at explaining it too, so no pressure. Just try to copy what you see me doing in the video, or better yet, copy my mom. If you look closely, you can see that my mom and I fold the edges toward the opposite direction. So, do whatever works for you. You are, in fact, your own rice cake boss. So I threw in this clip here of me wrapping the final cake with the last bits of filling. Here we started using cabbage because we ran out of chives. You can see that it's so much easier when you have less filling. So if you're still trying to get the hang of it, use less and it'll be so much easier to wrap. Once you have enough cakes, steam them in whatever you usually use to steam. We use this giant steamer here that we've always had. Line the steamer with banana leaf and brush with oil before placing your cakes in. Fill the bottom compartment with water, but not so much that it touches the bottom of the next compartment. Bring that to a boil and then steam your cakes for 15 to 20 minutes. After they're done, brush the tops with oil so that they don't stick. This was a generally traditional way to make these, but you can experiment by changing the filling. What we like to do is pan fry them. And that's it. I hope you give this a try. This is always a really fun bonding activity for my mom and me. Since I'm so slow and I need her help all the time, I think it really boosts her confidence to know that she can still help me when I'm 25 years old. She actually loves being on camera, but we had shower caps on to keep our hair from getting dusty from the flour, so she absolutely refused to let me film our faces. Maybe next time. Good luck and enjoy!